Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer and I'm online with Agent Lion and I'm doing an apology video. Basically because I didn't have enough footage to do the Elite Dangerous. I didn't travel far enough to make an Elite Dangerous game worthwhile. So, I'm taking you on another journey. We're playing, as I reveal, Train Simulator. And you can see a couple of trains coming in now. Now you might notice something strange about the trains. They've got faces on. So, as a thank you and an apology to you guys, I am driving, as I look to my left, Thomas the Tank Engine in Train Simulator.
Yay!
So, yes, next to me I've got James, who's going to pull out a little bit after us. You've got Donald taking the goods into the docks, and Gordon pulling in with the last of the express. So, oh, Duck's turned up behind us. What are you playing, Dave?
Nothing at the moment. Messing about with maps.
Yes, of course you are. Dave is sorting some more of our D&D campaign.
Yes.
Now, the route I'm driving them on is actually the Island of Sodor. I've made it myself. Everything you see has been put down by me. The engines weren't. I'll put a link in the description to where you can get the engines from. But right, so we are ready to go. So, Thomas the Tank Engine away, I suppose. Why did Henry and James collide?
I don't know. What did you do?
Okay, we're back. Basically, Henry and James had a crash. And so, as is traditional on the Fat Controllers Railway in Sodor, they are now being punished. And their trains have been handed to other engines who will treat their passengers better. So, as you can see coming behind us just now, you will see Edward coming in. And from the other side, you'll see Douglas. Edward is replacing James, and Douglas is replacing Henry, because they've been naughty little engines. Not very useful engines at all. So
Bad engine.
yeah, while I'm waiting for Thomas's passengers to get on, there's Douglas coming in with the intermediate train, the not quite fast train. There's Edward, almost looking at him perfectly, who should be stopping at this station if I've done it right. I have done it right, but I've put him to collect his passengers from the wrong platform. But never mind.
It's fine.
Never mind. It's all fine. The passengers will get picked up, and that's the important thing. There's Edward coming in on the right, and Thomas will appear just underneath my face about now. There he is. So yes, we're going to head up Thomas's branch line. Now, when I say I've built everything, I'm going to show you something here. This is the whole map. That's where we're going next. Every little white line you can see there has been put in by me. Every single mile of track. And that's because I care so much about Thomas the Tank Engine. And Dave will attest to that.
He cares a lot.
I do actually care a lot. But no, as I said earlier, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I didn't have chance to travel far enough in Elite Dangerous on my journey. So I wanted to give you something of me travelling, and I wanted to talk to you and do a video for you. And I've wanted to get Thomas the Tank Engine and, particularly Train Sim on the channel for quite a long time. So it just seemed appropriate to do this. So, yeah. If people out there like seeing me play Thomas the Tank Engine on my Island of Sodor route, which it was all built by myself, let me know in the comments and I'll do some more of it.
Why not?
Exactly. I'll just set it to do a few passing shots because Thomas he could pretty much drive this branch line himself. Although he tried that on one episode and it didn't end well. But yes, now I'm gonna bore Dave and possibly you guys for a second here. Because
Hooray.
some people may have noticed that where we started was the big station. It didn't look exactly the same as the TV series. That's because I haven't based this on the TV series. I've based it on, do I have it with me? Do I have it here? Quite possibly not. I do, actually. I based it on this, which I've just dropped, which is the official Island of Sodor map that they don't make anymore. You can buy it off Amazon for about £1,000 if you want one. This is now Thomas's branch line, made famous by the TV series, which got a lot of things wrong, by the way. For example, they had the big main station as Knapford. No. No, Britt Allcroft. Knapford was just a junction for Thomas's branch line. The main line station was at Tidmouth, as shown here in my map. This is a proper nerdy one, guys. So yes, there's Knapford just there, which is just the junction, and there's Tidmouth up there. But we're going up this bit. Okay. Oh, what's going on, Dave?
Lock on. Fire.
Yes, Dave is starting to die quite rapidly. But I, on the other hand, have made it successfully to the first big stop on Thomas's branch line. Little place called Dryaw. Provided I can stop. Provided I can stop! Throw him in reverse! You know what? Yeah, I'll accept that. It's probably the best I'm going to get. So. Oh, it's not that bad, only... In fact, neither of my coaches are off the platform. Thomas is a bit far off, but, you know, I can still load the passengers. Now, Dryaw is home to one of my favourite characters in the Thomas the Tank Engine series, Harold the Helicopter. And if you think I've left him off this map, you clearly don't know my obsession with Thomas the Tank Engine. There he is. Obviously, this is a game that doesn't have all the assets. I had to download the Thomas the Tank Engine one separately from the link in the description.
Is Harold just an attack helicopter?
He's not an attack helicopter.
That'd be sweet.
I don't have an attack helicopter, but that would have been sweet. But imagine if he was, though. Imagine if Harold just lost his shit one day.
Just attach a minigun to the front.
Yep. So I think it's time for... Well, the passengers are all loaded, so I think it's time for Thomas to pull away again. Can I genuinely just say, Humble Gamer fans, that I have a big affinity for Thomas the Tank Engine, and I mean a big affinity for him. This is one of the things I do when I'm not editing, when I'm not recording for you guys, when I have a moment to myself, when I'm just feeling relaxed and feeling like being nerdy. I stick on Train Sim and I play as Thomas the Tank Engine, and I thought just for once I'd share it with you guys. I couldn't take you to space, so I took you to the next most magical place, the Island of Sodor.
It's true.
You're welcome. And as I said, if you want to see more of it, I've done the whole island. I haven't put scenery everywhere yet. I've still got some building to do. But if you do want to see any more of it, let me know in the comments. There can be a whole series.
It's exciting stuff.
Okay, so we've now made it to Toryreck, which is a small, very small village, which if I zoom out you can see. It's got a rugby stadium over there, some fields, a few trees, a small little goods yard next to the station, and the village is over there. On quite a busy road by the looks of things. Apologies for the bit of missing platform, by the way, over there. That's a graphical issue that I have yet to sort, because I obviously deleted that bit of platform, or the asset it was with. But either way, let's move away from Toryreck, shall we? We're now on the second longest stretch without a station on Thomas's branch line between Toryreck and the small town of Elbridge, where we'll meet another friend. Yeah, don't think I just put this thing on and put Thomas on. I did the whole lot of work for you guys. If I'm going to do Thomas the Tank Engine, I'm going to do it right. This is what I love about this game. I'm inside the cab of Thomas the Tank Engine right now. I'm inside his cab. He's stretching out before me. There's his firebox, which I can't open because it's not an animated cab. Let's give Clarabelle a smooch, shall we? Let's spin around. Come here, Clarabelle. Mwah! Oh, it goes onto the roof. Never mind. She's obviously trying to avoid me. Mwah! 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 Then change camera. Oh no, she's running away! No!
I got this grenade launcher.
Now, while I admire the work that has been done to create these Thomas the Tank Engine models, is it me or is this particular version of Thomas's face just a little creepy? I mean, look at it. It stares into your soul. Look at those eyes and that twisted, dead smile. I don't like Thomas anymore. I'm joking. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Well, I don't love you, but you know. Either way, I better just get ready to stop because we're in Elbridge here, and there's Percy. Peep peep, Percy. Peep peep. Traditional steam railway greeting. If you do not peep peep, you're being incredibly rude. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Maybe came into those corners a little bit hot. In fact, maybe came into this station a little bit hot. Well, I missed stopping at Elbridge. Never mind, on to the next one. Cox. Now, is it me? Or is the Island of Sodor the worst run railway in the history of the world? It's awful.
Seems harsh.
No, but it is. They crash regularly. The engines can go on strike. When someone does something wrong, the fat controller, the evil dictator, just locks them in just literally bricks them up in a tunnel, which is essentially house arrest. Thomas, who is currently going over the bridge over the River Els, hence Els Bridge, which is incidentally where he took water on once and got fish in his tanks. We all remember that. Where were you when you found out Thomas had fish in his tanks?
Where were you?
Where were you? Never mind all the important world events. Where were you when Thomas got fish stuck in his tanks? But that's the point. They run out of water, so they allowed him, without checking health and safety, to take water from the river. That, frankly, is asking for trouble. What a useless railway. So, one thing you're probably thinking, Humble Gamer fans, is that, well, he says he likes trains, and obviously we're watching Thomas the Tank Engine, but he hasn't really nerded out yet. Have no fear. Have no fear whatsoever, because I have here my dad's, old Reader's Digest Book of Railway Locomotives. It's very old and battered. In here, on the southern region of British Railways, as of 1913, the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway built this, which is the E2 class. Now the E2 is an 060 type locomotive, which basically means it's got no leading wheels, 6 driving wheels and no trailing wheels, as you can see on Thomas. He's got a gap at the front, 6 wheels in the centre and a gap at the back. Now, I actually do have to stop him at some point because we're coming up to a small station here called Hackenbeck Halt. He is based, Thomas the Tank Engine, he is based there on an E2 class, which was built by London, Brighton, South Coast Railway from May 1913. All of this I appreciate is tremendously dull for you guys, but I've never nerded out properly. You had to listen to Russell witter on about fucking tanks.
Tank facts.
No, David, no. I'm going to miss Hackenbeck Halt as well. Yep, I've missed 2 stations. So I hope you enjoyed this sort of little jaunt. Like I said, I don't want this to become a long-running series, but if you guys want it, then I will play more of this. Probably at some point with Naz and Russ on so they can mock me properly as well. Because Dave, to be fair to him, has been concentrating, so therefore hasn't been on top of his mockery game tonight.
Been shooting things.
He has been shooting things, and he shot them very, very well, it has to be said.
Ah, just one.
So, as we come to the end of our journey with Thomas here, I think it's important that we think about what we learned from this journey, which is that I am a sad person who has no life. I think that's what we can probably take from it. In fact, we can see the final station just around the bend. And the final station is Farquhar, which is actually what you see him pull into at the opening of the TV show. Ah, yes, now, I haven't finished detailing this area, which is probably why the other platform is floating several feet off the ground.
Yeah, that'll do it.
In fact, it's not probably why that's happening, that is exactly why it's happening. I mean, look, that is not on the floor. Whichever way you slice it, that's definitely not on the floor. And it certainly isn't doing the dinosaur. So this is Farquhar with the floating platform. A known phenomenon in Sodor, the floating platforms. And we are just waiting for Toby to make his way up. There we are, there's Toby and Henrietta as they come sauntering past Thomas. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we'll end this little trip on Sodor. So thank you very much for watching. If somehow you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe, not just to me, but to Dave as well, who's been there shooting things up on Star Wars, which we're going to have a game of tonight. We're going to have a game of Star Wars tonight, so you will at least see 1, if not 2 episodes of that. But yes, so either way, thank you very much for watching. I was me, he was him, that was Thomas the Tank Engine, that was my Island of Sodor route, and Elite Dangerous will return next week, next Sunday, as per usual. Remember to check out the other games on the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. I was me, that was them. Goodbye!
Oh, look at 2 lanes over here. Oh, fuck no!
I saw all of that!
God damn it!
I saw him approaching, and I was thinking, I'm just going to slightly cut him up, but he won't give. He wasn't within my truck's limit. He was constantly behind. So what I did was slam on the brakes, let him overtake me.
Nice. I overtook too much. I went upside down.